Today is a typical Monday. I started university and this is the second day of my orientation week. We were having a campus tour sessions around my university. It's a large campus. I was casually walking around, chilling and amazed by every buildings. When we arrived in the administration office, I saw there's a wall full of posters. There are all kinds of programs here. Some are for freshmen, some are not. And there's one poster that hooked my attention. So I took a closer look. Well, basically, it's a program, a peer mentoring program. Now, for me, I'm quite an introvert. I don't usually speak with strangers first unless they are interested too to speak to me. So I expected that throughout this program, there will be friends who potentially vibe with me, who are also interested in knowing me. So I joined the program. And then a few days later, I got a WhatsApp message from one of the mentors. She said that they noticed I signed up for the program and asked if I'm interested to the meetup. I said cool. But honestly, I was feeling a bit reluctant to go. As an introvert, you want to stay at your comfort zone, which is just keep your social circle small. But you also want to know more people. You also want to make more friends. But in the end, I thought to myself, what's the point I even signed up for the program if I even didn't show up? So yeah, I go to the meetup. So our first meetup was done after that particular week I signed up. And yeah, as expected, I made the potential friends. We were in a group of around 10 people and none of us know each other yet. So our first session was walking to a supermarket and have dinner there. It's quite a sunset time actually, and you could see the beautiful landscape with the sky. That's super beautiful. And there was me, totally awkward and shy to start a conversation. Even though I know we were all here to make friends, but I say to myself, you know what? Just talk to one person. Just literally one person. Then I walk up to a pretty tall guy. I asked him where he come from, and surprisingly, he come from the same city as me. And my mind literally start to click. Then I realized you never know what's that person's commonalities with you if you don't ask. And that's when I changed my mind. I was like, just talk to one person is too boring. Let me speak to more people. And that's it. I end up begin to ask people's names. We do some self-introduction here and there. But however, I wasn't the funniest person in the group. That's not in my concern. We got a guy who is more extroverted than anybody else. I'm gonna give my validation, not gonna take all the credit. As an introvert, when you socialize, you always socialize with extroverted person who will definitely gonna speak to you, right? So in the end of our first meetup, we again walk back to the campus and then we proceed to take our own transportation back to our hostel. And I noticed there's such a huge change between going to dinner and going back from dinner. The exact same road, but it was not that awkward anymore, and we become open-minded to others' lifestyle, preferences, etc. etc. For me, that walk back to the campus is the most memorable experience that I've ever had. I was with a group of friends who I just met walking an old shabby road where you can see the landscape of the forest and the plains and the mountains in the distance and the beautiful sunset. It was just so nice to me. And at that exact moment, I felt that there is no need to worry about whether you say the right thing or not, because of this super simple yet mind-blowing lesson. It's like a big wall to me, which will be better if I tell you later towards the end of this video. So you will stick around. As an introvert, we always have inner dialogue with ourselves all the time, especially in public. Imagine this, you have more things to speak to yourself than to people. You will always be judgmental to yourself whenever you start to speak. Even the smallest irrelevant words will make you doubt yourself. More or less, you will worry about what others think about you. Your looks. You will worry about others might be thinking, why are you acting so weird? Why is this guy so quiet? But at the same time, you have to realize that you have to speak. You have to say something. You have to open your mouth and say something. You have to talk to people, not because anything, because they want to know. They want to know your ability. They want to know what you got. They want to know what you bring to the table. They expect something in you. You have to do something. You have to say something. Back to my story. After we ended that first session, of course, we did it several times the next week and the very next week. We also got with other group of mentoring too. And I repeat the same process of meeting new person and get over to know them. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to vibe with everybody. It's impossible. Sometimes for you, it might be better if you have that one person around you who can be comfortable and act what you truly want to act, speak what you genuinely feel about. And the day passed by. Whenever we finish our class, we hang out, we make memories and fun experiences, play games together. I try new food, I try new sports. I met people from all walks of life. I started to get curious to them, just purely an intention of wanting to know them better. And in fact, I was the youngest member in the group. So at the beginning, it was very awkward for the older guys and girls because they might think I'm not mature enough. And I know I'm young, and that's an advantage because I can come across anything with a learner's mindset. And yeah, inside your mind, you might be overthinking a lot or obsessing over your inadequacies. But who cares? You're here to get to know people. You're here to speak to people. People rarely do judge you. And even if they do, they will forget it in a minute. When you are in a casual situation with a bunch of new people here, you're not there for an interview. You're there to connect. You're there to spend quality time. You're there to make the most out of your days. And there comes the simple and mind-blowing lesson. Most of us feel the same shit. I'm talking about we all have this feeling of awkwardness. We all are very aware of ourselves when we are nervous or something. Like simply, we all are very aware of our own insecurities. And we all get judged more by our own inner critic than by others. You're not special. We are all inside of our own spotlight. We all are telling our own stories. We are the protagonists of our own movie. Again, you're not speaking with billionaires, you're not speaking with corporate leader or professional experts. You just speak to an human, an ordinary human who is perhaps bothered by his own problems. Bro, even billionaires is human. I'm not saying this to raise your ego. You just have to realize that you are speaking to people who are the same to you. Everyone is equal, right? You're talking to a human, not an alien. You're not the one and only introvert in this planet. Like, why don't you just don't care at all? If you're gonna be judged by yourself, by others anyway, and you're not there to impress or perform or something else, you just tell them who you are. You want to be confident by having an open body language in that situation, laugh more, You want the people to feel safe around you, talking to you. People who hide their insecurity is not confident. Instead, people who embrace their insecurity is confident. I know that I was awkward And I know that I was gonna make it more awkward. Anyways, I just said it because I feel right about it, even though they are gonna judge me. But the beauty is this: they won't judge you. You think they will judge you by your insecurities? Bro, people who do that is not a friend at all. People who love you by your insecurities is a keeper. Even though you know you are ugly, you are broke, you are short, or you got bad sense of fashions or anything, somehow living with it will be better than trying to avoid it. If I have to summarize the whole experiences and the lessons, I think I will use these 6 words. Just be yourself, no matter what. Click on this video here on your screen right now if you wish to learn more about it. Thank you for watching until the end. Peace out. See you later.